I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, I got to tell you, we envy you right now in that nice dry studio as we are at soggy and windy Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway in Foxborough. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he whips that one incomplete there. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's second down. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
Eric Reid is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Thomas has got it, complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. This is complete to Michael Thomas. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. The kick by Lambo is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with the former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Ebron with it over the middle. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll make it a second down. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And on this offensive unit, one guy that's proven himself early in the NFL is Eric Ebron.
A very reliable target for a quarterback. They always love tight ends because they're right in their sight lines. If you get it to this guy, though, he can take it the distance.
Mayfield. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now throwing the ball. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle? Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Wilkins. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Mayfield. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Dante Hightower is a guy who can play the run with the best of anyone in the league, but he'll fool you a little bit in pass coverage. Not so bad there as well.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. This is Wilkins. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
It's just me and you.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Completes it to Coleman. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And again, it's Mayfield. Short little throw to Ebron. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Here we go.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll run it with Johnson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. To Johnson again. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They come out here in the eye. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And almost intercepted. If he could have picked it, maybe some space to go the other way. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield now. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On first down, it's Wilkins, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
180! Mike 54! Watch the screen, watch the screen! Watch the screen!
On 2nd down, it's Wilkins. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. The Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Mayfield now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Wilkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
On second down, Johnson. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. From the gun, Mayfield. That one complete to Wilkins, the running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Elsewhere on the NFL scoreboard in Dallas. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
20. 54. I got you, son.
On 3rd down, Wilkins. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for New England. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Now Johnson. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Wilkins.
Let's go.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo who was brilliant in that first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll run on first down. It's Wilkins. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Jordan Wilkins, 54 yards. And the Patriots have retaken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, got tight left. We got 4.
Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Crowder now to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They might have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A big play there for New England. 42 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a give, right side. Wilkins. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. That's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Eric Ebron. There to make the grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Your trick is here. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mark.
From the 35 on second down, Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
In the back, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On second down, here's Garoppolo. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Garoppolo now, 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. It was Eric Reed in on the stop. On second and 9, Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in this 3rd quarter like he got the orange slices at the half.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when
he
we were
got
kids?
the orange slices, not the carrot stick.
Oh, boy.
There was always that mom, wasn't there?
There's always that mom. Wasn't yours, wasn't mine. All right, the carrot sticks. But this guy, orange slices, and been reading the Surface tablet, watching the defenses, and he's made some nice adjustments.
They run again with Wilkins. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Calais Campbell picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go, baby.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's just looking to keep this thing going. They were down at halftime. Now they've got a cushion on the scoreboard. Bringing it each and every snap now, and you can tell the confidence has really risen with his unit. I think the halftime had to have done them some good. What they learned, what they gleaned, looking at those tablets, the pictures, and now they're really in sync. Yeah, whatever they learned and gleaned, nice word, by the way. It's working right now. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Mayfield now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run with Wilkins.
Watch the quick.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
180.
From the 38, Mayfield into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Switch.
Off the draw. Here's Johnson. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now out come the Patriots. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 1st down, it's Wilkins. Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They go play action. Mayfield. His throw incomplete. New England on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Wilkins. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Wilkins, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 4. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points. Big time. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 44, Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Mayfield now. Ebron caught left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Hey, 180! It's a party now! It's a party now!
Right back to him on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The backup route, Kelly, his first carry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
54. It's going to be a long day.
Mayfield on play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. How about the safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack?
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here's Logan Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Here we go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. There's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got one.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Right there, 54, right there, 54. What we got?
The 28-yard line.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run on 1st down. It's Kelly, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Push him back. Check this.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Mayfield to throw it. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Yeah, he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Jordan Wilkins, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Geno Atkins. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a first and goal. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Pats, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.